the past. I'm Ray of Sunshine. Would love to see you here today. You know, it's all in the past. Every one of my previous Ray of Sunshine videos are in the past, and you know, there are a lot of antics going on over there. Lots of funny business, shenanigans, and I'm not saying that the shenanigans isn't going to continue, but that was kind of shenanigans in a different way because things, that's representing the old Ray of Sunshine, the old world that we're moving from. And so that expressed different things like videos repeating each other and being cut off and not being edited or being over edited and all that kind of stuff. So some of those bloopers were just invented and some were just left in intentionally because they fit in perfectly. But that's all in the past. Now we're in the H sections, which is heavenly. If you know anything about my system here, I'm using the alphabet, and we glided from the G section, the glorious G's, and now we're in the heavenly H's. But H also represents the hump, and we're getting past the hump, which is all of the shenanigans of the past. Because we're living in darkness, we're moving into the light, and that's what the progression that I show in this whole video presentation. And there's lots of stories and lots of examples of different things. One that I was thinking of that came to mind just yesterday, I was putting up a hammock, and so I was putting the strap around a tree, and I noticed there was poison ivy climbing up it, so I picked a different tree. But it triggered a memory of this poison ivy event that occurred for me when I was a child, probably third or fourth grade, and so I was in grammar school. We're out in the yard playing, and behind the yard there was this little grove of trees, and inside of there was sort of like a little hiding spot. So, the guys would go back there and horse around. But one day in the summertime, it was around just before school was ending. And there was a patch of poison ivy. So they were daring me. They said, "Ray, bet you're not going to touch that poison ivy." And I said, "Oh, I don't have a problem with that." So I don't know what I was thinking. Being kind of stupid, really. But stupidity has its place, has its purpose. Anyway, I decided I was going to show off. And I don't know, maybe I needed the attention, but I took the poison ivy and I started rubbing it all over me, right? And I paid the price for that. I don't think I understood what the aftermath, what the after effect was going to be. I paid a big price. I had to go to the hospital. I had to get all kinds of medication. I was bandaged up. I have a picture of it somewhere of me all bandaged up with white bandages, my head and everything, medication. I had this outbreak over my entire body, and it wasn't like a little itch. It was the most amazing, unbelievable experience. But I went through that because of stupidity. So what did I learn from that? That maybe I don't need all that much attention. And then, of course, so what happened when I find inspiration like that, I have to go into my own retreat session, right? So now that triggered thoughts about the foolishness that occurred. I don't know if you saw my pilot video about my 10 Martian moment, but that was a pretty dramatic event in my life, and that all occurred because I had some relatives, some adopted children who I don't think understood the full repercussions of what was happening. And so, they falsely accused myself and my best friend Sid of a crime that we didn't commit. And so we ended up being falsely convicted. So for a long time I asked myself, why did that happen to me? And then eventually that became, why did that happen for me? And of course I also wondered, why would they do that to me? And I realized that hurt people hurt people. That realization ultimately led me to a place of compassion for others, and that place of compassion for others led to a place of compassion for myself. That led to the rays of sunshine shining. Hey, you notice I'm getting lighter? I talked about that in the previous video, lightening up, in the heavily section, and I'm getting lighter in lots of different ways. So I hope you like the new me. The new me is the ray of sunshine that you see in every single one of those previous videos. It's always the new ray of sunshine becoming the new ray of sunshine. While I was having my poison ivy retreat this morning, I was thinking about this quote that I had in a book about a diamond being cut, and I didn't quite remember what it was. So I looked for the book and I found it, and the picture on the front of the book had what do you call them? I should know what these are. Handcuffs. And the handcuffs looked to me like the same shape as the infinity symbol, which has a very powerful meaning, especially at this time, because August 8th is coming up, which is the Lionsgate event happening at the same time as the new moon and all that kind of stuff going on. So, it's big happenings. But I was looking at those handcuffs and remembering that I had handcuffed myself for all of those years. And this video presentation is a representation of all of that entire progression up into the hump. So we're passing over the hump now. So all of that funny business, all of that crazy stuff is in the past, and we're moving on to the I section, which is I am, and there's going to be amazing things happening over there. I can hardly wait. The handcuffs have two purposes. One is to restrain, one is to release. That's what I show in this whole video series. Prior to the hump is the restraint. Moving on from the hump is the release. Oh, here's that quote that I had been looking up, by the way. No diamond ever shines if left uncut. So it is with people who have never suffered trials or burdens. It is the cutting and the polishing that enables us to shine.